man, overdid it. Breakfast this morning. Excuse me. And I don't even know where to start. Oh my god. Yeah. Yikes. Oh. I gotta get me some caffeine in my veins, man. I am out of it today for sure. Ugh, damn. I need me some caffeine. Let me share this first. Sorry about that, folks. Sharing where I can share, like always. Just bear with me here. I'm a little sluggish today. I tried to sleep early. What's going on, 99? Actually, I got quite a bit of orders I have to fulfill. As a matter of fact, you're looking at it right there. So I got 5 envelopes that I did yesterday. There's a box right here. These came in this morning, and I have another shipping label right here from a pair of this old school biker pair of white leather jeans that I don't wear anymore because I don't go to nightclubs and bars anymore and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of getting rid of all that stuff. But yeah, it's been a pretty good couple days. I mean, actually, the last couple weeks have been doing really good. I mean, I'm not making the kind of money that I would expect to make, but I am still making money, nevertheless, you know, so I can't really complain too much. You know, ever since I transitioned, I believe 98% of my eBay store has transitioned over to 99-cent listings, and people have been grabbing them. I actually sold out on a couple player cards. Shohei Ohtani's that weren't selling, that were from 2025 base flagship, were selling. All of my Yoshinobu Yamamoto cards sold out as far as his base rookie debut is concerned. Some Paul Skeens cards that I wasn't able to sell are finally starting to sell because I lowered the prices on them, so they're starting to move. You know, and then again, with all the other stuff. What's going on, Rose? How you doing? Good morning. Still the morning, right? Yeah, good morning. You guys and gals gotta bear with me. I'm a little sluggish, but this live stream is probably gonna go on for a couple hours. I'm gonna guess about maybe 2 or 3 hours, because I want to get ahead of my game here for September. I went digging through my boxes last night. I tried to go to sleep super early. If you guys and gals are here for my live stream last night, I was only on for maybe like an hour or something like that. I wanted to get some catch-up sleep, but that wasn't happening because my mother called again. I had to talk to my sister again. And then the kids, surprisingly, were outside pretty late last night. This is the first time I ever seen them out this late. They were walking around with flashlights. But then again, you know, they're a little bit older. Well, it was mostly the older kids that were outside, so they were outside with flashlights making a ruckus, playing by the creek over here. And then I finally fell asleep, and then all of a sudden you hear, wow, 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 wow. Fucking cats are fighting downstairs because my neighbor puts out food for the cats, which is fine. That doesn't really bother me too much. But man, when them cats start fighting with each other in the middle of the night, competing over food and stuff, and a lot of the cats that she feeds are not just her own, it's wild cats that, you know, run amok here on the property. You know, there are some strays that just, you know, whatever, and she feeds them. So I finally nodded off, and I hear, wow, wow, and I'm like, I jumped out of my fucking sleep, like, in a panic. I'm like, what the hell is that? I thought it sounded like a screaming baby, like a human child. I'm like, oh my God, there's like a baby in trouble. And meanwhile, it's a bunch of fucking cats outside, and that kept me up for like another 2 or 3 hours. So I'm like, I got to put myself to sleep. So I started going through my boxes again for September. And if you looked at the community page, there's 22 Ben Rice base rookies. I sold out on these. They all sold. Yeah, I mean, I don't personally like cats. I was never a cat guy. I never will be a cat guy. You know, my days of owning pets are over. We used to have toy pugs, you know, when my father was alive many years ago, but at the same time, it's just, I've lost interest in having pets. But it just sucks because it's like the middle of the night, you know, and you got cat food outside, which attracts these animals other than cats. And then you got to put up with them meowing and fighting with each other and all that fucking bullshit at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, God damn it, man. You know, last night was a nice, cool night. It was like 70 degrees. I wanted to keep my windows open. I couldn't do that because, like I said, these fucking cats are meowing and screaming and everything else. It's like, Jesus, man. Well, yeah, I mean, in my area, we do have a lot of wildlife. You know, we do have a lot of deer, chipmunks, raccoons, eagles, crows, owls, tree toads. You know, it's a nice little ecosphere where I live. But it just reaches the point where, like, you know, you're putting food outside for all these animals. You know, it could be a good thing, but for me, let nature run its course. I mean, you know, she's feeding mostly wild animals. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's just for me, I really don't cater to the idea of feeding wild animals. You should not interfere with nature and let nature run its course. And it sucks for me because, you know, for the fact that I deal with insomnia on a constant basis every single night, you know, whatever sleep I can get to me is like more important than anything, you know? If I can't sleep, I'm in trouble. You know, and because I kept jumping out of my sleep, hearing them meowing and shouting and meowing more and more and more, I'm lucky if I got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep in total. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, she's a nice lady, but it's just, it's frustrating because, like I said, you know, a guy like me that doesn't get a lot of sleep, that deals with chronic insomnia, man, every minute and every second of the night that I close my eyes and I'm laying in bed, if I don't sleep, I'm not going to feel good during the day. Like right now, I got a pounding headache. Before I started this live stream, I made myself 6 scrambled eggs with white American low-fat cheese and sausage patties, just to have a full stomach to try to give me some energy. And of course, I took my usual dose of supplements like I always do to try to give me a little bit of a pick-me-up. But man, when they're outside, like all that shit, I'm like, motherfucker, man. You know, what actually started knocking me out last night was the fact that, I mean, I finished the bowl that I made. I made myself some tuna and water with low-fat mayo on whole wheat, and had me about a big half a bottle of Gatorade, and that actually settled me down a little bit. But it's like, fuck, man, when I can't sleep and I got things like that happening outside my window, it's like, jeez. You had to hear what it was like. It sounded like somebody tied these cats up to a tree and was cutting their nuts off. Ugh. Sorry to sound a little grumpy this morning, but you know, like I said, when it comes to my lack of sleep, if I can't sleep, I end up being a little salty during the day because now I got to walk around with a headache because of somebody else's bullshit. And not only that, it's humid as hell because we had some bad downpours here yesterday in my neck of the woods. I mean, thank God they redid the underground plumbing here with all the subsoil piping, so the property drained down pretty quick. But man, we had a downpour here for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it just stopped cold. But I can still see that there's big tree branches and stuff down on the ground. Hopefully, I mean, again, I haven't checked my car, but we had some pretty bad rain. No, of course, anytime. I mean, there'll be more live streams like that again. It just depends on, it really depends on exactly what it is I plan on doing when I'm in my car. Yeah, and that's why I made those most recent videos, or made that one video about these fucking grown men Transformers fucking people, and people that think that they own these hobbies. I'm like, now who's this now messaging me? Who are you? Oh, that's a name. Guys, give me a minute. I haven't seen a name like this in a long, long time. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Holy shit. Guess who it is? My dude Vic, man. Long time no hear, no see. I had no idea yet. I mean, I sold out originally on a batch of them that I did have because I was doing box breaks and pack rips here on my YouTube channel. I'm actually live streaming right now when your message came up. But I don't know what I'm going to comp them for yet. Most likely somewhere between $1.29 to $1.49. I have to run the cards through Card Ladder. Right now, all I'm doing is prepping for September because I used up all 250 slots that I have for eBay. But they'll probably, if I don't list them sometime this coming week, they'll most definitely be up at my eBay store in September. But I'm going to guess that they're going to be anywhere between $1.29 to $1.49 because that's what I was selling mine for. Sorry about that, guys. Me and Big Mama waiting for that spirit. It's almost Halloween. Well, sorta. Yeah, I'll take a look around and see what I can find. You know, I got my main box of Halloween decorations ready to go for Halloween. I usually don't decorate for Halloween until like maybe the last week of August just to get a head start on it. And the only other holiday that's coming up before Halloween is, I think, Labor Day. So, yeah, that message I just got on Facebook was from a dude I haven't seen in probably a dozen years or more. Holy shit, man. This dude is one of the coolest mofos that a guy could ever know. He was the king of heavy metal, man. He always had all the new metal stuff that would come out before anybody else. Well, that's because of, certain things on the internet that you can do to do that. But he was always, it was more like a friendly thing. But I was like, you fucker. Like, he would always get, like, Slayer albums before everybody else. Machine Head, Pantera. He would always get all the cool stuff, man. I'm like, you fucker. I mean, I don't listen to heavy metal as much as I used to these days, but yeah, my man out in Astoria here. That's him again. Let me see. Give me a second here, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear anything. All right, give me a minute, guys. Let me message him back. Guys, be a little patient with me because this happens sometimes where I start getting bombarded with messages. Just hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back, guys. I promise. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, once I have a little free time, I'll definitely do a Spirit of Halloween. I actually, like I said, I definitely need some Halloween decorations because one of the have-nots that got her ass booted out of here over the summer, I gave her, extra stuff that I didn't need. I don't know how crazy I'm going to go this year. I say that all the time, and I end up going for the gusto anyway. I got my skeletons, my 6 foot, oh, I'm sorry, not 6 foot, my 5 foot skeletons. I've got a couple baby skeletons. I got spider webs for the window. But if I recall, last year I actually printed out some color printouts from my printer that I downloaded off of the internet. That I, instead of buying like sticky things from my window, I just printed out my own stuff. I mean, why not? Save me a couple bucks, But I love decorating for Halloween. Halloween is by far my most favorite holiday. And if there's one thing I definitely want to do, like last year I reviewed the Gary Carter 1986 uniform that I have from the World Series. I definitely want to do the Rick Vaughn costume this year, as far as a review is concerned. But most people down here really don't, at least on this property, don't really do anything for Halloween, especially with the kids. They usually do their things in school, or they go to the local shops, the malls, things like that. They go in town to like the more populated places. So we really don't have trick-or-treaters here on the property, unfortunately. It's been like that since I moved here. It's a little strange. But that's just how it is here. That's, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, just a quick update. If you are customers of mine, any orders that I have are up to date and processed right here. So thank you everybody for your latest orders. I really appreciate it. I'll get these out the door hopefully sometime today, but the weather looks a little meh again. So, but I have a couple days before I have to mail these out anyway, so it doesn't have to necessarily be today. All right, now that that's out of the way, how do I do this now? So I have a box that I'm going to add to my work desk here. A 4-slot box. Now, there are cards I've already prepped that I want to list, but, you know, for the sake of, well, for the fact that we're at the end of the year, we're going into September, there are a lot of cards that I pulled out, some name cards, especially those Ben Rice cards. I may even list them today. Unfortunately, it'll cost me 35 cents to do because that's what eBay does, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't like that. So, but now that I got my eBay orders, my current eBay orders processed, I got top loaders here. I'm going to turn the camera. I was going to do this on the floor, on my carpet. I still can. Because none of the cards I have off to my 1 o'clock over here are all disorganized. I'm trying to turn my boom arm, but it doesn't turn all that way. It's just the way I got my phone set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay back here a little bit, and I want to get these Ben Rice rookie cards packed up first before I do anything. I'll get them prepped, as I have a feeling they're going to sell. I'm probably going to comp these, or at least I already have comped these. They're around anywhere between $1.29 to $1.49 at this point, which is not bad at all, actually. Because whatever Ben Rice cards I had, I sold out on. And then last night I went through my boxes. I'm like, holy shit, man, I got a lot of these Ben Rice cards. There's 22 of them. So I should list these today. I should get these up ASAP. Because Rice is having a great year this season. He really is for his for the Yankees. They're actually, as of yesterday, they're 3 games behind Tampa Bay. So if things keep going like this and they overtake, they'll have a guaranteed spot in the postseason, which is great. They can avoid the wild card altogether. So let's see what happens. My German club, Bayern Munich, are supposed to be playing the DFB Super Cup today. That's why I'm all dressed up in my Bayern gear. But otherwise, welcome, 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 everybody. Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to this live stream. I'm trying to get ahead of myself here for September, with only maybe a few exceptions. I'm a Braves fan, don't like to live in Atlanta, but grew up there. I've been to Atlanta a couple times. It's like going to another New York City, basically. I hate to say it, I've been living here in the South for so long now, and I'm so acclimated to life in the South that I can't stand being around big structures anymore, and crowds and traffic or any of that nonsense. You know, especially on a property where I live, you know, it's a nice isolated, you know, little neighborhood in its own right. I mean, it's not exactly gated or anything, but it is out of the way, which is great. But yeah, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Savannah a couple times. Yeah, especially when you're in the Atlanta city limits. You hit, what is that, like an 8-lane highway or something like that on, what is that, I-85 or 77 or whatever the fuck that is. Oh man, is that awful. Savannah was nice though. I really like Savannah, Georgia. We had a lot of Cajun food out there. Myself and a good friend of mine that actually, her and her fiance moved to Florida, but they bought a house out there. So I'm by my own lonesome self. Yeah, it's like 8 lanes. Oh man, does that suck? Does that suck, donkey dick? I mean, if you're in the city limits, it's okay, but once you go into the outskirts, it was kind of shocking, you know, to see how, like, no offense to Atlanta, man, but it's like any other town in this country, even here in North Carolina, man. You got rundown towns, man. It's just, I was astonished by some of the stuff I saw. So But Savannah was good. I really liked Savannah. We were right on the riverside, myself and a good friend, just to go out and eat and do something different. It was a nice ride too. Well, at the time she had family out there. But like I said, now her and her fiance, they bought a house in Florida. They've been down there for about a year at this point. So, my buddy Jeff, he moved in with his girlfriend last year. And my buddy John bought a house in South Carolina to be closer to his family. My friend Esteban, unfortunately, he flew the coop and went back to Costa Rica. But, hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, it is humid in here. I got the AC on 72. Is a house in your future? Yeah, I don't like dealing with the expenses. I don't want to get into this particular topic because right now my family are having a bit of an infight with each other. Well, it's not really an infight. It's more like aggressive negotiations. I'll leave it at that. Because, my father passing last year, there's still a lot of loose ends to tie up. And there's been a bit of a disagreement within my family about certain things that I can't really get into. So I had to basically mediate yesterday. Well, there's also other stuff going on too with certain things here on YouTube that we've had to get legal counsel for, because if these personal attacks keep going on against myself and my father, we're going to haul these people into fucking court for defaming my father's character, especially since he can't speak for himself anymore, and for the false accusations that have been made against me for years and years and years, and people put my mugshots out there. There's that we're dealing with as well as to how we're going to handle these people. But, right now, like I said, we're having a bit of an infight. Again, it's not an infight, really. It's just there's some things that my dad left behind that we have to figure out. And so far, it looks like we will be on the same page. See, the problem with my family is my family were always very stubborn. And my family always had this incessant need to always be correct and be right. Everybody's right, nobody's wrong. Nobody wants to negotiate. Nobody wants to show weakness. I mean, it's a good quality, but after a while, especially doing this eBay stuff, you have to be a bit of a negotiator. And you have to take your emotions out of it and think logically, especially when you want the best outcome for things. But my family has always had a tendency of striking first, asking questions later. And these days, I don't operate like that. You kind of have to take your emotions out of things and think from a perspective of logic. And of course, I'm dealing with my mother and my sister. And as you all know, as a man, when you're dealing with women, and I'm like, God, my mom and my sister are like clones of each other. Everything, they're so emotionally driven that they just need to calm down a little bit, But, we had a big discussion yesterday between my mom, my sister, and myself. I'm not going to bother my brother because my brother's dealing with a lot of personal stuff with my niece. But the one thing I will say is I don't appreciate, when my dad died, I was here in North Carolina. There really wasn't much I can do. But a lot of discussion was held without me being involved in it. And that kind of upset me a little bit. And that's what drove me to, say, hey, what the fuck, What is it, just you guys? I know all of you live up north, but don't forget, I exist too. So I put my foot in the door. And I got my mother and my sister on the horn, and I'm like, "Hey, what's the matter with you people? I'm part of the family too here. Like, what the fuck, So, but they both stood down when I gave them my position because I run an eBay business, and I've had to learn a lot. You know, I just renewed my business license recently here for my LLC, and all of my paperwork, you know, is in order for until next year. You know, I've had to teach myself about economics and negotiating with customers and all of that kind of stuff, man, you know, and having to watch economic news to see where we stand. Like right now, Trump is pushing to import beef and lower the tariffs on a lot of these countries. He plans on importing beef, but then what about our fucking farmers here? Wasn't he all about the farmers and keeping jobs here in the United States? But then meanwhile, Kellogg's closed one of their factories, and so did Tyson Foods. So again, Trump fails us, going against everything that he said. Yeah, we're going to create jobs, we're going to do this. Apparently, from what I heard in economic circles, that we're having a cattle shortage. What the fuck is that all about? He's really, like, Trump has really dropped the fucking ball. He's really dropped the ball. Yeah, he wants to import beef from outside the country and lower the tariffs on some of these countries. So how the hell, you know, with a cattle shortage and closing Tyson Foods and Kellogg's closing one of their plants, where are all these new jobs he's talking about? It's such bullshit, man. That's why I don't want nothing to do with any of this. Yeah, well, I mean, I got 2 hats left. All the MAGA hats I had, except for the Charlie Kirk hat and the one hat that got returned because apparently the fucking person that bought the hat is colorblind. It clearly said black in the listing, and they said it was gray when it's not. So they sent the hat back. It is what it is. I still have it for sale at my eBay store, roughly for the same price I was originally selling it for. Yeah, I'm done, man. I've been done with his dumbass. I mean, you know, I am a conservative voter, but he has been such a disappointment this time around. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, dude. Yeah, I'm going to help the farmers. I'm creating all these jobs. You know, he's such a freaking windbag, bro. He's been a real windbag this time around. Yeah, I'm creating all these jobs. We had the most jobs ever, the biggest, you know, the best economy. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. When you have factories like Kellogg's that manufactures cereal and food products and all that kind of thing, and then Tyson Foods closes down, you know, it's like right here in North Carolina. Pepsi is here in North Carolina. I think Coca-Cola is also here too. In the South, I'm not sure, but I know Pepsi is definitely here in North Carolina. Imagine if the Pepsi plant closed down. Yeah, no shit. Thank you. See, that's the point. You don't know, especially when it comes to our FDA. How do you know that imported meat's going to be any good? You know, you look at Japan, how they treat their livestock with Wagyu beef. Here we have slaughterhouses, but you know, we still have to make sure that cattle is fed certain types of foods to make sure it's up to snuff with our standards, you know. So you don't know what these cows are being fed across the seas. For all you know, they're putting saltpeter in there. Maybe that's why we have too many what who pronoun fucking weirdos in this country. Everybody's eating fucking soy meat. You know what I mean? But anyways. Yeah, I mean, Trump has really, really dropped the ball. He really has, man. It's really sad, actually. You know, his first term was absolutely amazing, but this second term, it's just like, God, man. The Supreme Court has gone against him. Fucking gas is still expensive. Food is still expensive. He's still dealing with this war in Russia and Ukraine. Now he's fucking around with North Korea again. It's like, God almighty, dude. Like, enough, bro. Enough. That's not what I voted for. You know, and being a Trump fist pumper like I was, man, it's fucking sad. You know, I like the fact that he supports law enforcement. I like the fact that he's trying to reinforce the border. There's all the Ben Rice rookies prepped and ready to go for. I might list these today. I don't know. We'll see. It's just I want to keep ahead of myself for September. Now I have a pile of cards I got to sort through. But yeah, he's turned out to be a giant nothing burger this year. It's oh no, don't fall. Please don't fall. Don't fall. Last thing I need is damaged cards. Okay. Thank God I have a carpet, you know. Now I know there's a bunch of Yoshinobu Yamamotos I pulled out. I'm going to focus on Yamamoto first if I can find his cards. There are a lot of Mojo Fractors. Yuki Matsui. I found a couple of numbered parallels that I never pulled out of my... a lot of Jung-Hoo Lee rookies. A couple Jackson Churios. There's a mix of paper and chrome. There's a Shohei. There's an Aaron Judge. There's another Ben Rice. Well, the fact that I lowered a lot of my price, I lowered the entire eBay store as far as my baseball cards, except for maybe like a dozen of them, down to 99 cents. And promoting the listings, so now my eBay store is exposed to more people. I got a ton of James Wood paper rookies too. So paying the extra 2% to promote all my eBay listings and lowering my entire eBay store, with the exception of maybe a dozen cards, have really brought my eBay store back to life again, which is cool. But again, you know, promoting my eBay store at 2%, I mean, it means that eBay's taking 15% of my take. But when you actually do the math on 99 cents, it's only after tax, it's like what, 82 cents that I'm getting per $1 card or something like that. So, and things have been selling. They have been selling quite well. You saw the size of the order that I have. So, where are all those freaking Yoshinobu Yamamotos? I actually pulled out a rainbow foil that I didn't even know I had. And I sold out on all my Yamamotos recently. A lot of Kyle Teals, a George Lombard, Ethan Salas. I found some more of these standalone Shoheis. I know I have these for sale over at my eBay store. There's a Tarek Skubal. There's the rainbow foil Yamamoto. But there are going to be a few cards I am going to list probably today sometime, just to get a jump. Unfortunately, it's going to cost me 35 cents since I've exhausted all 250 free listings. So I thought I had more than this. Samuel Basayo. There's a base Yamamoto I sold out on there. There's another Otani. There's a true rookie Yamamoto. That'll definitely sell. More Shoheis. But yeah, I've definitely had to adapt my eBay store. And people really have been scooping up a lot of these cards now. I'm surprised that there were cards I've had at my eBay store that were listed for a long time and nobody went near until I dropped the price on them. And then all of a sudden, boom, people were beginning to pick them up. But then again, in all fairness, a lot of those cards were overpriced. because I never took the time to recomp those earlier listings or those long time listings, because a lot of the cards are priced at anywhere between like 75 cents to like $1.50 or $1.60 or something like that. So Esoteric Scooble, Ben Rice. I'm trying to prioritize my certain players first. Whew. Man. All right, let me get these done first. There's the Yamamoto. That'll definitely sell for sure. But that's a rookie debut. Rainbow foil. But yeah, if you're going to be a niche eBay seller, especially with the way things are these days, you've got to adapt. I mean, I've been selling stuff right out of my own closet and out of my own drawers. And I can see the difference it's happening just for managing my personal space when it comes to like my clothing drawers, my jersey collection, that sort of thing. That now I don't have so much garbage and junk. You know what I mean? Well, I don't want to say garbage and junk. It's just stuff that I know I can resell and hopefully make some money off of. And it's been happening. Like I found a paintball insert that I sold that's in one of those boxes I showed on camera. Brand new. It goes for $10.99. I had a watcher on it and I gave him a base price of $9, and within 48 hours of listing it, it sold. So it just takes time. It's time and patience, and hopefully, you know, you get enough eyes on your listings, especially with the promoted listings. You know, and I promote my eBay store pretty hard on YouTube now, so getting those extra eyes really helps. And a lot of my customers come directly from YouTube, which is cool. I still have a lot of these listed over at my eBay store. But these Yamamotos I just may list today. Depends. It really depends. I got a bunch of PCAs, a bunch of Aaron Judges I pulled. I sold one of those Ben Rices already. I think I had 2 of them I sold. So I was able to dig up a third. Now this is a Yamamoto true rookie. That should almost be guaranteed to sell. That's one I'm going to comp at retail for whatever it's going for. Right now, like I said, I want to focus on names. I don't know if I'm going to list these. The Ben Rice cards I might list first, because obviously there's a lot of them. So that'll make up that 35 cents in no time. And I got a bunch of these that haven't sold yet. So for now, instead of wasting card sleeves and top loaders, I'll put these in my unsleeved pile for now. The Scooble might not sell. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not going to... Well, he's with LA now, so I might as well just see if I can get it out there. Looks like it's going to rain again. In case if you're wondering why I'm always taking the cards off camera, is because every one of these top loaders has a film on it that you have to peel off. Oh, yeah, man. I hate that shit when I can't freaking sleep. Fucking cats. All night long. I got myself some Fanatics fan cash too. I want to get me a. They reissued. Well, at least they got the updated versions of the Color Rush jerseys that they were using. I saw Fanatics has them, and I have 30 Fanatics bucks to use. I like to get the white Color Rush jersey that they have with Jackson Dart or Cam Scatterboo. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Thanks, downstairs neighbor. Putting that cat food outside, letting wild cats run around, man. All damn night. Hey, guys and gals, if you're watching this live stream, do me a huge favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button for me and subscribe. Shameless e-beg, as you see, I'm preparing cards, hopefully for September or even today or whatever. The link for my eBay store is in the description box below. If you want to donate to the channel, click on my coffee link. Thank you to my returning customers. I've been seeing a lot of returning customers buying cards off of me recently, which is cool. But thank you, everybody who's been very supportive of the channel. The channel has grown. So now, I should get the Aaron Judges separated next. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to grab me a, there's a base Roman Anthony. I think he's hurt, Roman Anthony, if I'm not mistaken. There's an Aaron Judge. Inserts galore. Bunch of James Wood base rookies. Aaron Judge Mojo. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to. Corbin Carroll Mojo. My first Bowman. Jackson Joe braided prospect orange foil. There's a couple Griffies. One's an insert, one's a base. Andy Pajes prospect. Couple Ronald Acuna blueprints. Aaron Judge blueprint. A couple Judges and Acuna stars of MLB. Now, I know there's a bunch of PCAs in here, too. Just want to get them separated here. Okay. So we got some Aaron Judge, stars of MLB, a couple of Acuñas, and some PCAs. I know I've sold them in the past. I dug up a couple more. couple of Aaron Judge and Acuna 2023 inserts. Those guys right there. And then I picked Grand Gamer inserts, Ken Griffey Jr. and Cal Ripken Jr. Those should fare pretty well. Griffey typically sells. Okay. And then in this pile, dug up a couple, and I've sold these in the past as well, some L.A. De La Cruz, even though his stock has kind of dropped. There's a Donnie Baseball. George Lombard, I definitely want to get that out there. He's having a great rookie season. Ayu Namala, Ethan Salas, Bowman Chrome base. I want to get those out there. Oh, gee. Another Ken Griffey insert. Ronald Acuna insert. You know, and again, like I said, I'm pulling out these cards as a Basayo, Bowman Chrome Prospect. You know, I'm going to prioritize some of these names for September, or depending on what I comp them for when I run them through the scanner. Pajes, Chrome Base Update Rookie. I've been selling them lately. AJ Smith Shawver. Christian Scott, Kai Wang Tae. Another Pajes Base. Pajes True Rookie. Ronald Acuna Jr. Sepia. Another Tarek Skubal. There's another Basayo. Oh, jeez. I think this afternoon is going to be nap time. So for right now, all the rest of these I can put into the miscellaneous box for now. Whereas the priority cards are going to go into this slot right here, because I think I might list those first. And there's still tons of cards in front of me I didn't even go through yet. As far as what's already been at my work desk for all these weeks. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Jeez. It's because I couldn't sleep proper. All right, so for right now, I'm not going to worry about the cards that are in my boxes that I have set already. As I still have to go through a lot of this stuff, my God. As a matter of fact, what I should do, I got X-Fractors, I got all sorts of freaking stuff that I haven't gone through yet. Especially in this box in front of me. God, there's X-Fractors galore. Few Ray Waves. But when I go through these cards, I mean, there's a lot of rookies in here too. I'm gonna have to really pick and choose who I pull out of this. Will Smith. Didn't Will Smith and Shohei Ohtani recently have a little bit of a disagreement on the field? I was watching something on YouTube that they were talking about that. I'm gonna have to take a time out and grab me a energy drink. Yeah, see, like all of these are really not priority cards because right now, like I said, I want to focus on the big boy names first. You know, just to save myself a little aggravation, I'm going to get these out of this box because there's really nothing that I want to prioritize just yet from here. So I'll be right back, folks. And I'm going to grab me a Monster. And so at least I got that cleared out. Cheers, everybody. Gotta have the sugar-free Monsters or the sugar-free Red Bulls. Okay. Now there was something else I wanted to pull from this box. And I can free up some space. I'm actually collecting some of these Card Saver ones because one of my neighbors let me look at some of her baseball cards and basketball cards. She's got a ton of Jordans, man. Like, holy shit. If I had the money to burn, I probably would buy the 3 books of cards that she's got. And I would give her a good offer for it, too. Jeez, I got fucking cards all over the place here. It's crazy, man. Pudge. John Gray. Numbered Parallel. Bunch of Mojo Fractors with some decent names. I'll try to get these out of here as well. Okay. What else do we got in here? Man, there's so many freaking cards. These are all numbered parallels that I dug up that I like to list. Mostly Topps Anniversary. There's an Acuna and a Riley Green Stadium Club. Alright, I'm going to be drowning in cards here, so I really got to pick and choose. Surprisingly, I sold a Volpe recently, so I might as well put that up. I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. I better stop because I don't want to drown myself in cards, and I want to enjoy my day too. I don't want to be sitting here all day. No offense. But God, card saver ones. What the hell was I thinking? There's another Acuna I can add to the collection. Those have been selling pretty well lately. I think I'm on my last batch of Acunas from 2023 Topps Chrome. There's a Max Fried white parallel from whatchamacallit. Jeez. Well, at least I know I got plenty of cards in stock. It's just sitting here and going through them. This is the annoying part. I kind of fucked myself on this because a lot of these cards I put into Card Saver 1s, and I'm going to have to take them all out because nobody wants Card Saver 1s. And I won't risk mailing them out knowing how the post office butchers cards. There's a couple Joe Mauers, Jackson Chourio. Those all have to come out of Card Savers. I think I'm... don't you dare fall. And I got to start going through I got a few football cards, too, I want to put out there. I think that's enough for now. Let me stop, because I'm going to end up drowning in baseball cards here if I'm not careful. All right, that's enough for now, at least where that's concerned. Okay. Let's get the, what can we do first? Get the Basayo sleeved up. Because I actually sold that Topps Chrome Black Basayo super short print recently. And this is his Base Bowman Chrome prospect. I think there's two of them sitting in this pile here, so that should do me some good. And keep in mind, none of these have been comped yet, with the exception of that Ben Rice base rookie. There's the Roman Anthony. I want to get him sleeved up. Arjun Namala, definitely want to get him sleeved up. That Andy Pajes, I want to get that sleeved up immediately. There's the second Basayo. Ethan Salas, George Lombard, I definitely want to get them sleeved up. Okay. Let's start with these first. I know there's another schoolboy in there. I just want to get this out of the way and focus here first. I think once I'm done doing this, I might take a nap. I'm going to shut all the lights off, turn off my cell phone so I'm not bothered by anybody, and at least try to sleep for like 2 hours. Let me tell you, if you guys ever dealt with insomnia, man, it's like the worst feeling. It actually, it creates a depression in you that's not like emotionally driven, but it just leaves you with such low energy that it almost mimics depression, because, you know, your brain is in one place, but your body's in another. And you kind of have to fight yourself to, like, move along. during the day. It's awful, man. It's really awful. It's just awful. Oh, man. Okay, this is the George Lombard. I thought I had another Roman Anthony I pulled out. No? Is that the Streisand effect? You know what it is? I went through so many Bowman Chrome cards last night that they all start to look alike after a while. Racist, racist, racist. No, it's true. You look at one card, you start looking at hundreds of cards. It's like, oh my God, your brain starts to hurt after a while. I think that's what it is too, because I've been spending a lot of time on my phone and on the computer, especially networking with my family in New York and doing all this stuff on YouTube and eBay. Ugh, jeez. All right, so we got them done. And these go into the priority, the named priority section of the cards I intend to list. Now, these cards here were won by somebody via auction, and they set up auto pay for sometime this week. So they've already been pulled and separated just to make my life a little easier. I did that, I think, like a day or two ago. Now, I got to think about this now because, again, I'm trying to prioritize certain names first. There's the Scooble. There's the Update Chrome Pajes. The Acuna Sepia, I've sold one of those already. What do I feel like I'm missing something? I really feel like I'm missing something. What did I miss? Let me just stop for a minute before I lose myself here. Sebastian Walcott Mojo Fractor. Kyle Teal. Here's another numbered parallel I missed. I think this is the Streisand effect. I could have swore I had more than one of those Roman Anthonys. I guess not. It's another numbered parallel. And there are a lot of those weird Topps flagship inserts too. There's a couple base Walcotts, but I'm not going to prioritize them now. There's another, that's a base Kyle Teal, paper Kyle Teal. What am I missing here? I think it's just because I'm overly tired. I think I'm... It's a James Wood Mojo fractor. I think I found base Kyle Teal. Another base Kyle Teal. James Wood Mojo, Acuna, Churio. I get the James Wood Mojo out there. Acuna usually does good. Churio Mojo rookie. Aiden Miller was doing good for a while. I don't know what happened. I'm going to put him out there too. There's a couple logo fractors. There's another Aiden Miller. Jung-Hoo Lee Mojo. Another Churio. It's the Streisand effect. I could have swore I had more of those Roman Anthony's. I guess not. It's the damn Streisand effect from being overly tired. That's what it is. I'm just going to check one more time. I mean, there's some Jordan Lawlers in here and Jordan Walkers, but I'm going to skip over those for now. Because those I can list at my convenience, which is good. But I got a lot of those weird Topps flagship inserts with Juju and Kelsey. All right. Get those out of the way. All right. Prioritize these next. And again, I just want to double check one more time. Yeah, I definitely want to prioritize these judges and PCAs as well. And Acuñas and whatever's in this batch. So, all right. So I'll put these in the secondary. And I'll start focusing on what's in front of me here. And then I'll worry about this pile next. Sorry if I'm a little low energy, guys. I'm fried, man. Like, I'm really burnt out. You know, I tried to go to sleep super early last night, and then my phone starts ringing. And I nod out again, and fucking cats are howling and fucking screaming all night, and that made me jump out of my sleep a second time. Let me tell you, having insomnia sucks, man. Especially, like, you know, when you're really sensitive to background noise, it's awful. You know, in my bedroom, I have blackout curtains. Just to make sure it's extra, extra dark in my bedroom, but, you know. I mean, when I jump out of my sleep, it's almost like a night terror. I can't even explain it to you. I don't like talking about it too much. But it feels like a night terror. Like, it's that kind of scare when you have noise that makes you jump out of your sleep. And I hate taking medication, because that medication is no good for you. It's been proven that certain medications over time, if you use it constantly, can actually lead to memory loss, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. Oy, oy, oy. Dirty, 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 dirty. Well, I hope you folks are having a nice, quiet Saturday. Again, forgive me for being low energy. You know, unfortunately, I really had a hard time getting any sleep. You know, whatever sleep I was able to get, I'll take, but I'm definitely going to have to knock myself out for like an hour or two. I'm going to shut off my home phone, shut off my cell phone, close the door, close the blinds, turn off all the lights, and just pretend like the world doesn't exist. Okay. And not only that, I'm sitting on a fat breakfast too, man. I had, what did I say, 6 scrambled eggs with a couple sausage patties and cheese. So that's contributing to the sickness, I guess you want to call it. The itis, what we used to call the itis. Oh my God. Okay. I can put this batch into the priority slot. Oh boy. Oh, I'm falling apart, folks. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I am pushing right now. I can feel myself like not doing so good. I might have to shut this live stream down a little early. I mean, I've been on here for an hour and a half already. Actually, I got quite a bit done. I'm shocked I got as much done as I did. I got them eBay orders prepped and ready to go. And I got a decent pile of cards set to list. All right, where's that Pajes main rookie? I packed that already, all right, so let me go through these, because there were Mojo Fractors in here, too. And the Griffey I should really prioritize. Even though these are numbered parallels and logo fractors, they're not exactly the highest in demand. Well, I'm definitely going to relist these because I just sold I've been selling Acuñas like crazy from 2023 Topps Chrome. I did find another one to bring my total up to 4 that I have left in stock. So this one should be number 5. And I went through a whole bunch of them. There's another James Wood, Walker Jenkins, Sal Frelick, Dylan Cruz, Churio Mojo Fractor. I'll get that out there as priority. Okay. I'll put these down here in this slot just to get them out of the way, because I definitely want to get the numbered parallels into the mix next month, but just for now I like to move them away from me so I could focus on small batches so I don't confuse myself here. Again, I'm trying to focus on names first. So is that the second Churio Mojo Fractor? Again, I think it's a Streisand effect. I think it's just because I'm overly tired. I'm going to double check anyway. Oh, so there are two Jackson Cheerios. Okay, so it's from different sets. One is probably a mega box, and the other one is probably a hobby or a silver pack or something like that. That's what that is. Okay. So I am right, but I'm wrong, but I'm right. If that makes any sense. Had to be from a mega box, and then silver packs. But there are two James Woods here, so. I mean, considering I got a lot of it done, that I wasn't really expecting to move this quickly, but I mean, I did do a lot of prep before this live stream, so. Kyle T. There's the first James Wood. Here's the second James Wood. Okay. Okay. And you got the Churio Bowman. And then the Griffey Blueprint. And I'm almost done with top loaders in this box. There had to be at least 60 top loaders that were left in this one box, and I went through all of them almost. There's probably like a dozen left, not even. So that means I went through quite a few cards today, which is good. That means I'll be well prepared for next month. My dude Warren is walking around waving his arms. Probably listening to music. He's a cool dude. I'm looking outside my window here. Okay. Now I'll top load. Oh shit! I'll top load these two, but I got to change. I think all my Volpes are sold out. The Acuna I'm going to have to add to the tally. I think that makes Acuna number 4 that I still have in stock. So I'll sleeve him up, but I'll put him off to the side until I change the number. So he goes off to the side. Okay, now, what do I got up on top here? I'll sleeve up that. Sleeve up that Acuna. I'll sleeve up the Chrome Pajes rookies. And then it's onto this little pile. So what I'll do is I'll put these guys into the standby pile. And these are the Aaron Judges and all that other good stuff. Oh my God. Ugh, damn it. Roman, Anthony, Lombard, Salas, Pajes, Basayo. All right, so this is the priority pile. This goes over here. Let me sleeve up that second Scooble. And that'll go in the priority pile. Okay. This sepia chrome. Get this guy sleeved. Okay. So that'll go into the priority pile. Oh man, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, folks. Oh. Excuse me. All right, how do I want to do this? You know what? Let me stand up for a little bit and stretch out and use the restroom. See if that helps me wake up here a little bit. My apologies, guys. Again, I'm sorry if I'm low energy today. Oh, crunch, crack, crackle, pop, snap, crackle, pop. I'll be right back. Let me go use the restroom. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm going to end this live stream in a little bit. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm starting to get shaky and not feeling all that great. That's what happens with a lack of sleep, unfortunately. Let's see, from this little pile, I'm going to focus mostly on Aaron Judge. There's PCAs. I definitely want to sleeve them up and get them out ASAP. There's another Judge. There's a Pajes I definitely want to put out there. A couple more Judges in the Corbin Carroll, my Bowman Chrome first, so I'll get them sleeved up, and I think that's as far as I'm going to go, folks. I'm not feeling good, man. Ugh. That's what happens when I don't sleep. And I tried to go to sleep early with the kids running around yelling and screaming last night. Fucking cats meowing and howling last night. My phone ringing off the hook last night. You never realize how precious sleep is until you can't get it. It's awful. It's really awful. Sorry if I sound like I'm bitching, but I just don't like feeling like this. I hate feeling like this because it feels like depression, but it's not depression. It's exhaustion. There's a big difference between the two. Big difference between the two. Shit, I'm out of sleeves. I think I have another 100 behind me. I mean, considering I fulfilled those eBay orders, separated whatever names that I wanted to separate. How many cards? This is what I put together for this next batch that I want to get up on eBay. I definitely am going to list these Ben Rice cards. There's at least, so that's 22 Ben Rice cards, and I'm just kind of like sizing them up. So that's about 60 cards I prepped already, which is not bad in one sit down for me. And mind you, I still have a bunch of cards I have to relist that are in my eBay inventory that the listings expired, so I'll save those for September. So it's not going well. It's going pretty well so far. I'm not really going to complain that way. You know, I consider this pretty much a job well done. You know, I got my eBay orders processed for now. Made some decent money. Let's do the Aaron Judge first. Let me grab that other box of top loaders. Oh. It's going to be time for me to start reordering top loaders. I haven't ordered top loaders in a long time. You know why? Because I order them in bulk. I order them 500 at a time. trying to be extra careful here because, like I said, I'm bouncing off the walls right now, operating on fumes. Last thing I want to do is cut myself. All right. Fresh new box of top loaders. Okay. What we got here? These are more judges. Judge has been in the news lately. He's supposed to be hopefully coming back before the end of the season. And we're getting close to that very quickly. And right now, Yankees are in third in their division behind Tampa Bay. I hope they can at least tie or overtake. Well, again, guys, if you're just joining, forgive me if I'm very low energy. I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I tried to go to bed early. That's why I did that live stream last night as early as I did. But, of course, as soon as I closed my eyes, my phone was ringing off the hook. The kids were running around outside late at night. And then, I had to talk to my mother on the phone and my sister last night to mediate some personal family business, which I'm not going to discuss. Fucking cats, 1 o'clock in the morning, howling and more howling last night and screeching and all that shit. So I did not get a good night's sleep last night at all. And this Monster energy drink I'm drinking is actually giving me a sour stomach, and I had a big breakfast. What's going on, Penny? Yeah, actually, I did get more orders early this morning. And let me flip the camera around here quick. So here's my most recent orders right there, all packed up and ready to go. Yeah, you came in pretty late. I actually have them top loaded already. And I'll probably get these up today. So there they are, all 22 of them. Set up and ready to go. So what I'm doing basically is I'm preparing cards for September, with the exception of those Ben Rice rookies. I may get them today. Unfortunately, it's going to cost me 35 cents per new listing, but there's 22 of them, so I'll be able to absorb that 35 cents really easy. Because I sold out on them not that long ago, and I just happened to look. Because again, I couldn't sleep last night because of the fucking meowing of those cats from my neighbor downstairs. And the kids running around, and then my family calling me last night. It defeated the purpose of me doing that live stream yesterday, because I really wanted to go to sleep and get some catch-up sleep, and I just couldn't do it. Once this live stream is over, which I'm going to end it in a little bit, I'm going to try to put my head down. I'm going to shut my phone off. I'm going to shut off my... Well, actually, I pulled out some decent cards. There's a couple of Yamamotos, some more Shohei Ohtanis, a bunch of Aaron Judges. Right now I found some PCAs. I found a Roman Anthony, a George Lombard Jr., Samuel Basayo card. Or I found two of them. I could have swore I had 2 Roman Anthony's that I pulled out. I think it's the Streisand effect. I found an Anthony Pages base chrome rookie, a Yoshinobu Yamamoto base chrome rookie, and I also found a rainbow foil of his from Update. But unfortunately, I'm not going to list those cards because I've used up my 250 slots and eBay's already getting enough. No, I still do. I got boxes and boxes and boxes of cards. It's just, you know, I've been moving so much product. You know, unfortunately, I've been neglecting a lot of my boxes. You know, and I got tons of inserts and just tons of stuff. I just need to take the time to sort through all of it. You know, like in here, there's a bunch of Griffeys and Acuñas. But I'm just dead tired, man. I'm probably going to wrap up in a little bit and shut my door, shut off the phone, close the curtains in my bedroom, and just try to sleep for like 2 hours. You know, I had me a decent breakfast this morning and everything. I'm trying. That Monster drink is not doing anything for me at all. It's just making me feel worse. I thought it would have given me a pick-me-up, but all it's doing is giving me a sour stomach, actually. Yeah, yeah, I feel like shit. Right after I did that live stream, as soon as I laid down, my mother called me. As soon as, like, literally, and she's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was falling asleep." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, what's going on?" Because there's, like, some internal family stuff going on right now. I really don't want to get into it. And then I had to talk to my sister about stuff. And then I closed my eyes again, and the kids are running around last night. Is it raining? It's dark outside. It's humid. But it's not raining. But, you know, there's still a lot of tree branches down. What the fuck is he doing driving around in the golf cart? Is that my dude? Oh, that's the other dude. Never mind. That's maintenance dude number 2. Usually I don't see him driving around unless there's an emergency. But yeah, we've been getting rain like mad. Last night we had a real bad torrential downpour. So that's it for the Aaron Judges. There's got to be at least... I must have went through about 70 cards already. I'm still trying to push. I'm going to end up making myself sick. I better shut it down, man. Well, that's because Judge isn't, you know, he's still on the injured list. He's supposed to be making his grand comeback. So this is everything that I prepped today. There's got to be at least 70 cards in this batch. I will be listing the Ben Rice cards today because there are enough of them where I can absorb that 35-cent listing cost because I've exhausted my 250 slots for the month until September. Off camera, I'll probably list these. There's a couple Pages Update Chrome base rookies. Some Griffey, Acuña is a Donnie baseball. You got Ellie rookie, another Griffey insert. Cal Ripken, some Acuña inserts. They usually do good. Oh, there's a PCA I missed. Whoops. Well, if I had, well, it's per listing, not per card. I mean, unfortunately, like if I were to list this one PCA, I would have to pay 35 cents on it. The Ben Rice cards, since I have 22 of them, I've comped them somewhere between like $1.29 to $1.49, I'll be able to absorb that cost. So it's per listing. So obviously, if you have a lot of cards per listing, you can absorb that 35 cents real easy. But if you're going to list one card at a 35-cent listing rate, it's not worth it. You might as well just wait. So where's those PCA cards? I know I had. There we go. Terry Screwball. That's good. There's a couple more Shoheis I found. Some PCAs. What happened to those Pete Crows? Oh man, I'm really fucking losing my marbles here. I am really pushing myself right now. You guys have no idea, man. It's the worst when you deal with insomnia. It's so hard to like try to stay focused. That's why I'm trying to talk to try to keep my brain going, because it's fucking awful, man, when you feel like this. Again, it doesn't feel like depression. I mean, it feels like depression, but it's not depression. It's just exhaustion and just me being overly tired. Well, guys, I mean, I've accomplished a lot today. I got all them eBay orders done. I got a small little pile of cards I want to go through still, but this is what I listed, or what I prepared today. If you can't tell, guys, I'm burnt out, guys. I'm completely burnt out. I think I'm going to call it right here. Do I sleep better in the day? I mean, it all depends. You know, sometimes I get my neighbors knocking on the door. That'll make me jump out of my sleep. Or the postman will deliver something. That'll make me jump out of my sleep. It all depends, man. It's like a roll of the dice. But yeah, if you can't tell, I'm not feeling good right now, man. I'm going to call it right here, guys. Thank you for sticking around with me. I mean, I did accomplish quite a bit. You know, I got them eBay orders fulfilled. I got at least 70 cards packed and ready to go for September, with the exception of them Ben Rice cards, which I'll most likely list at my earliest convenience sometime today. But I need to sleep for a while. I definitely need a nap, guys. So I'm going to end the live stream right here, man. I got a pounding headache. I don't feel good. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. I'll see you all very soon, everybody. And once again, thank you. Thank you very much for keeping me company. I'll talk to you.